Hey guys, it's Melissa from Welcome to the Woods. Today we are going to make a no-sew removable pillow cover, and I designed mine with birch trees because I wanted this project to be great for all of winter, not just Christmas decor. If you like it, don't forget to share this video. Let's get started. I'm gonna make this pillowcase out of a giant sweater I picked up at the thrift store for $4.50. And I'm going to take the largest swath of fabric and cut it off to make my pillow cover. Now the pillow I'm using is a cheap pillow insert from IKEA for $1.99. The largest swath of fabric that I'm going to be able to use is this part here, and so I just need like an inch extra of fabric on the sides, and so I want it to be a pretty tight fit. Lining up this seam with the top of the pillow, this gets folded up like this, and the other part gets folded across like that, okay? It's great it's gonna be a tight fit because I really want this to turn out with the painting. So I'm gonna trim off some of this excess, not all of it of course, but and I want to fold this inside out so that when I make the seams, you know, this is the outside of it where I get to do the painting. So I'm going to fold it like this. It's not a perfect square, but I'm trying to lay it out in as square of a shape as possible. I don't know how to sew, so I'm using Stitch Witchery to iron on the seams. And this is like great stuff if you don't know how to sew. You just lie it in the seam and then you iron it down. And it's great for the laundry. It holds up against washing. Whichever fold is underneath is the one that's going to be visible in the back of the pillow. So I want to make sure that that edge is fairly straight across. Since my fabric isn't straight across, I have to kind of cheat. Okay, now this seam is all Stitch Witchery down tight. See, I can't lift that fabric apart, which means now on the outside that'll be that nice clean edge. And I'm gonna fold this over to the seam here because I want this to be on the top of my pillow. And remember, this pocket is going on the back so that it won't be shown. And this part I don't need to hem down because it'll be underneath. And we're gonna attach this end and this end all together. I'm gonna cut a long piece of Stitch Witchery to go underneath and fit it all together. Okay, now that's laid in there nice, right on the edge. And then I'm going to take another piece to attach that. Sorry, to attach just this. To make the Stitch Witchery faster, I've taken to using a wet rag and laying that down first before I use my iron. I'm gonna give it 10 seconds because I think that's the right amount. And then of course I can't slide it. I'm just gonna pick it up and move it across. Now, if you're done with one side, I recommend flipping it and doing the other side as well. So now I'm gonna flip this all inside out. And I'm gonna let it dry before I paint it. Okay, now this is a little more dry. It's not perfectly dry, but it's going to work. And I think it turned out really nice. I like how clean the seams are. I'm gonna stuff it with a piece of cardboard so that I can paint on the fabric and then it won't come through. Okay, so I got my cardboard in there, and now I'm going to be using a Deco Art stencil. And of course then the birch is just going to be in white, so I'm using white So Soft fabric paint. So upon further consideration, in order to get this to really turn out, I think I'm going to stuff the pillowcase with my pillow beforehand. I might try and leave the cardboard in there as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tape down the edges, kind of where I want this to go, just to keep it in place when I paint. Now I think the cool thing about this design and about this stencil is that it's okay if the edges are a little bit muddled and it's not exactly filled in perfectly, because I think it's gonna give a beautiful look to the pattern. So I'm really not worrying too much about getting a lot of paint up to the edge of the stencil. Okay, so I picked and choose what I wanted to paint in, and now I'm gonna remove this. I think that looks very lovely, and I'm going to just kind of touch up a bit. So I just used my stencil in different variations of trunk sizes and where I placed the branches to give it a varied look instead of just like the same thing again and again. And I think it's so beautiful. I love how subtle and calming it turned out. It looks to me like a snowy birch tree forest. And I want to know, do you like this craft? I hope if you like it, you'll click the share button. Let me know in the comments if you would have picked different colors or if you would have done something differently. I also want to show you that I was able to wash the stencil, and it's like a plastic, so I'll be able to use this again in the future, which is so great. I think this project is really customizable and there's a lot of opportunity, so I hope that I've inspired you today. We'll see you next week as I share another video of a craft or DIY project. I am totally immersed in making fun and beautiful things for Christmas, so I hope you come back again and watch. Have a good day. Be sure to follow my page to see more projects like this one.